Hello, everyone, and welcome to Friday. It's been a few days since I've talked too much about how we're doing, and since we are thankfully coming towards the end of all of this, hopefully, I wanted to give an update on recovery, how we're doing. And just let you know. One of the things that I struggle with sometimes is because we do so many streams, I'll talk about information on streams and then I might forget, whether or not I've talked about it on the vlog. So this is just dedicated to info. At this point, Mao is 100% better. By your own words, you don't feel like you have any symptoms.
Yes, correct.
Congratulations.
I'm testing negative. I have been for like a week now.
Yeah.
So
you are good.
Yeah.
So Mao is all set.
I was told I still shouldn't push myself for biking, which is why I haven't biked yet.
Yeah, I think just in general, taking it easy is probably a reasonable thing to do after being sick for this long. As for me, I tested Wednesday, which was one of the days that Mal tested, and I tested positive like immediately. And that was a little surprising to me. I mean, I knew I was still symptomatic, but I was like, I kind of feel like, even though I still had some symptoms, it probably would show up negative because that's a thing that can happen. Like you're typically, by the guidelines, I think you're typically not contagious after like day 10 from the start of your symptoms. And it had been a while for me, over 10 days. And I was like, certainly I'll probably test negative. And I didn't. So the only thing I can come up with is either, that first batch lasted a long time, or because I do feel like my symptoms got worse at some point, that I experienced rebound, and that kind of reset the clock for me. Is that a pain? It's a pain, but based on how I've been feeling in the past few days, I think I'm almost certainly going to test negative next week, and that's good. As you know, I had some struggles with insomnia, and knock on wood, the last 2 nights have actually been better. When I went to bed, I fell asleep, which has been a huge problem for me. Like, I have not been able to fall asleep, which is bad. So I fell asleep the last 2 nights with no problem. I stayed asleep, and I got adequate sleep. If I needed to nap in the day, I was able to sleep then as well. So I'm hoping that the insomnia part of this is over, because at the beginning, the worst part seemed to be the dizziness. I mean, I was still dealing with, I guess, a little insomnia, but the dizziness was worse. And then the insomnia got so bad that I didn't even really notice the dizziness. The dizziness, however, is still happening. Like, I just have like this real like low level weird feeling that I'm going to describe as dizziness. My ear is not bothering me a lot, but I can feel like a presence. That's the only way I can describe it. My sore throat has been long gone. As of like today, I think my cough is basically gone. I wasn't coughing much, but I think as of today, it's basically gone. Again, keeping my fingers crossed. Trying to think of what other symptoms I've had. Like general achiness and malaise has been going away over the past few days. So like, again, based on how everything's going, it does feel like I'm at the end of this. And I will test Monday? Maybe Monday. I'll probably test Monday, and I suspect that I'll be negative. And if I test again Wednesday, then I'm good for realsies, and I can go back into the world. I can go see Dan. I've missed Dan.
I know.
Now,
I got to see Dan today.
Yeah.
Because I needed to get more Sudafed for you, and Brandon and I went to Costco
Yeah.
and got some Sudafed, and I was over there helping Brandon put away groceries, and Dan was like, "Oh my God, I haven't seen you," and we talked for a long time.
Yeah.
And then later he texted me. He was like, "It was so nice to see you."
Yeah. I mean, it's true. Like, I mean, we've had a chance to see Brandon and Alex and Haley because all of us have been sick. But like, I haven't seen Dan. I haven't seen Chaz. I haven't seen Jeff. Of course, Josh isn't here. And yeah, that sucks. So I'm looking forward to trying to, do some stuff again. Yeah. So that's a little update of how we've been doing. It's also incredibly the 1st of March. So I'm going to say a quick shout out and a huge thank you to all of our Patreon producers. Names are scrolling along the bottom of the screen. If you'd like to learn more about Patreon and how you can support Mal and myself and the perks that come along with that, you can visit supportsteven.com or click the link that's in the description of any of the vlogs. It's a little sad, to be honest, because I've been behind on vlogs because of course I have. I was behind in January because we had guests, and then in February I've been sick. And as I've been editing the very end of January, the very beginning of February, there's so much hope. There's so much like, man, February is going to be the month. That's where I'm going to like get caught up on things because I've been behind and I'm going to make progress and I'm going to do it. And then that's not what happened at all. Spent basically the entire month sick. And that sucked a lot. It was not great. And honestly, knowing like how March is going to go, because like I know how March is going to go. I really wish I wouldn't have gotten sick in February. Really wish I would have been able to get a lot more stuff done. And you know what? That's okay, because I can't rewind time. I just have to accept that things are the way they are, and I gotta deal with how they are. But I'm making pretty good progress now. I'm being productive because I'm feeling better. I haven't really gotten back to exercising. There's been a few days where I did some walks, but even that, I like really kind of don't want to push. Like me and Mal went out for like a few little walks, like no more than like 20 or 30 minutes. And I'm not walking super fast. I have done minimal PT. And I'm trying to, when I can, just like not push my body into weird directions and stuff. Because I really don't have a lot of the strength to do that. I haven't done any like real exercising because I was starting to do some like weight training stuff and like, nope, none of that. So that part really sucks, but I'm trying to just allow myself to rest and heal and know that I will get better and then I can get back to normal. So next week. And everyone else is good now, right? Like Brandon's good, Alex is good.
Everyone else was good.
Haley's good. Yeah, I don't think there's... I think it's just me, but I was also the last one to get sick, so... Yeah. That's where we're at. And I'm just so grateful that the insomnia has slowed down. Because that was bad. That was really bad. Okay. That's it for today. And welcome to March. It's March. Mallory, it's March.
I know. It's wild.
Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?